Hello, everyone. We are live at 5. It's Monday. It's a new week, fresh start. It's April 13th. I'm Paul Montour.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And we're joined, as always, by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Hello. And hey, we have not only an amazing actress and singer, dancer, all those things. She's very talented. Also, a Broadway.com blogger, so we automatically love her. Who's here today, Beth?
Rachel Tucker is with us from across the pond.
So
from away.
From away. So yeah, the vlog is on hold, obviously, right now because but we're going to talk about that. But what's the vlog title, Beth?
Back in the Sky. I may have it wrong. Is that right?
Back in the Sky. Because she was Elphaba. There's many levels to this. Anyway, we will find out what she's been up to. But first, let's do today's news.
We are giving you guys the next perfect theater night in.
Every night is a night in now, but we have some wonderful entertainment, and this is for a good cause. Michael Urie, who we love, is going to return to his role in Buyer and Seller right here on Broadway.com from his living room. This is the Jonathan Tollins play. Paul, you know a lot about this. It will be April 19th at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Sunday night. And right, so he did this off Broadway.
Yep.
This performance will be directed by Nick Corey, and the original performance was directed by Stephen Brackett. It's a one-man show.
But let's set it up. He also did it on the road and in London. But the setup is that Barbara Streisand released this book about like her home, right? It was like, and she revealed in this book that she had a shopping mall under her home. So Jonathan Tollins, who's a genius, thought, well, what if there was some out of work actor working in that mall? So that's what this show is, and it's very.
And we don't know if anyone actually ever worked there, but he just took it as a jump off.
Yeah.
And anyway, this is a benefit performance, and very exciting, very exciting.
For Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS, COVID-19. Yeah.
Right.
It's fun. Yes. And Caitlin is very excited about it.
Oh, I'm very excited about it. It's going to be great. But also, Broadway theaters are going to continue to shine blue.
They are. So this is, what's it called? The Light It Blue campaign. This is something happening all around the state of New York. And it is a campaign where major landmarks are lit blue to honor the healthcare heroes, first responders, and essential workers during the COVID-19 crisis. So Broadway billboards did it last week, I believe, and now they've announced that every Thursday from 8 to 8:15, so it's the digital billboards. The digital billboards will go blue as part of the Light It Blue campaign, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and a bunch of big old celebrities had a fun Saturday night and raised a lot of money.
Yes, Mazel Tov to the Saturday Night Seder, which we talked about last week, and I'm sure everyone watched on Saturday. It was a lot of fun. They raised $2.35 million for CDC Foundation's Coronavirus Emergency Response Fund. Yep. And of course, this had lots of our Broadway friends. Adina Menzel sang the 4 questions. We had Ben Platt, Jason Alexander, Darren Criss. Oh my God, so many. Josh Groban, Judith Light, Billy Porter, Bette Midler. Need I go on? So many good names. And you can still see it. And I believe you can still donate. So think about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we have some sad news, but we're going to spend the next few minutes honoring this incredible acting teacher.
Yes, sad news for Win Hanman died. He lived a full, fantastic life. He died at the age of 97 on Saturday at his home in Manhattan. And he did die from complications to coronavirus. He is known for starting the American Place Theater. He's one of the people who helped found it. And American Place Theater is a theater where a lot of actors had early success. I saw John Leguizamo there, like one of the first things he ever did. But Faye Dunaway, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Morgan Freeman, Richard Gere, Joel Grey, Michael Douglas, Olympia Dukakis, crazy amount of talent. But he was also an acting teacher. And some of his students, maybe you've heard of them, Alec Baldwin, Mia Farrow, Allison Janney, Christopher Walken, Denzel Washington. I mean, it's crazy. Rachel Tucker's mouth is hanging open. I see her. You guys can't. She's amazed. Anyway, and you know, he was still very much still a teacher. He was still selecting classes on March 9th. He was still working. And there's a documentary that I'm going to check out by Billy Lyons, a former student, called "It Takes a Lunatic" on Netflix about him. So I am going to look that up because I'm always looking for things to watch.
Yeah. And this week's Stars in the House lineup is incredibly awesome.
It's very starry. Stars in the House is something that SiriusXM personality Seth Rudetsky and his husband, James Wesley, have been doing from their home, where they bring stars on and they and there's Darren Criss, and Darren Criss is there because there's a Glee reunion. Looking forward to that with Chris Colfer and Jane Lynch, Darren Criss, of course, Kevin McHale, Amber Riley. Didn't we love her in Dreamgirls? Jenna Ushkowitz, that one's on April 14th. So they do it every day, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m., as we've discussed before. This is such a starry week. They're having a Glee reunion, an SCTV reunion, a performance of
which is also a Schitt's Creek reunion, if you prefer.
Sure. Depends on your age. Divine Sister, the Charles Busch play with Julie Halston and Allison Fraser. Such good stuff. And also Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, the NBC show that we talked to Alex Newell about on Live at 5 with Skylar Astin and Peter Gallagher and Lauren Graham. So lots of stars. Check it out. Of course, it's for a good cause as well. So that's also benefiting the Actors Fund. Awesome.
There's a lot of great things happening. Beth, thank you so much for your service. Go light it blue. Light something blue. Caitlin, why don't you tell everyone about today's guest?
Gladly. Yes, guys, we got Rachel Tucker here to kick off this fresh week of Live at 5 Home Edition, and she is safe in her home across the pond. So we're doing this all virtual, live on Facebook and YouTube. Guys, she is currently taking a break. She was being a captain at Beverly Bass in Come From Away, like we said, as one of our vloggers, but taking a break right now. She previously originated the role of Beverly Bass in the West End. She earned an Olivier nom for it because she's really, really good. Her other Broadway credits include The Last Ship and Wicked, which she's done on the West End. She did on Broadway. She's been back and forth. She is a superior green girl, you guys. You guys can follow her on social at Rachel Tucker01 because she's never one in our hearts always. Leave all of your questions in the comments below, and please welcome Rachel and Paul.
Rachel, are you having a hard time hearing?
Yeah. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. If you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. Brilliant. As long as you can hear me.
Yes.
You know, it's a whole new world with technology, and
whoa.
We're all just dealing with it day to day. And you know, I live in upstate New York, and there was a big storm today, and I lost internet for a while. So I was actually afraid. I was afraid we weren't going to do this at all. So it's a miracle that it's happening, and you're here. And how you doing? Good to see you.
Sorry, Caitlin, I couldn't hear. Was that an introduction? I think it was. Thank you.
So, where are you?
I'm in London in my living room at home, and it's 10 o'clock over here. Still a bit early for you, Paul, right?
That's right. We're live at 10. Is that what it is? We're live at 10.
Here in London.
Okay. It's all good. There's no judgment in the new world. Even if it was noon, it'd be fine. So you obviously were able to. You were just in your second week, right, on Broadway and Come From Away.
Yes.
You only had a taste of the Broadway run.
Yes, I literally had second week. I was like, right, I now know what I'm doing. Like I know I've done for a year in the West End, but you know, it's like a different show. Yeah. So I was like, second week, I know what I'm doing. I'm confident, really in it. Like, you know, and then boom, Wednesday, 2 shows. That's it. We're out.
And you were able to get a flight home easily.
So they closed it on Thursday, and I got a flight the next morning for £72 back to the UK. The flight was pretty empty. Hence,
wow, that's
anyone like 72 quid? So I mean, I would have paid 772 quid to get home at that point, but it was as quickly as we got the news, I was on a flight out of there.
It must have been kind of strange when you got to London, because West End shows were actually still running for a while longer at that point.
I was in communication with the guys here Come From Away, And they're like, "You're closing. How long do you think?" You know, we were obviously talking about when were they going to close, and because it was inevitable, obviously, you know, it was just like it was closing in on everyone. And so yeah, I think it was like 4 days later they closed. Yeah, a bit slower over here, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why it was that slow, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when you're home, now you've been away from the show for about a month. Are you able to practice all the chairography? Do you have a bunch of chairs? And the Come From Away has very complicated staging.
Listen, I will never need to practice those chairs again, ever in my life. The 4 weeks in rehearsals, honestly, I thought I was going insane with chairs. So they are so ingrained in my brain. Even when it got to New York, it was like, guys, I know my chairs, I know my tables, and of course it's all the same, which is so brilliant. It's so easy, and you know, I mean, there's a few. It's the stage is slightly wider in Broadway than it is in London. They have no backstage cross in New York, whereas we can run around the back, and this time you've got to go under. So a couple of different things like that, but
yeah.
But definitely no chair moves, no chair rehearsals at home for me. This big one here is good enough. This will do.
Do you still get nervous? Do you get nervous about like is it nerve-wracking at all for you to you obviously have been on Broadway, fantastic, and you've been fantastic on Broadway, but Come From Away, when you come back in to something and you had just finished doing it in London, you got an Olivier nomination, congratulations. Are there any nerves when you do something like that, when you're joining a new company? Yeah.
Yes, honestly, for me, it's I know my job. I know what I need to do. I know all the requirements in the job. Why? And like, you know, I'm confident with that. For me, really, honestly, it was the social aspect. It was, will I fit in? Will they get me? You know,
sure.
And, you know, taking over from lovely Becky and Jen Clulla and stuff. You know, I had big shoes to fill, and not just on stage, but as a company member. For me, I think that's so important, just to feel comfortable and to make everybody else, you know, getting to know me without being too forced, or you know, that's no, the audience don't see or get to hear that. And at the end of the day, that's not my job. But for me, I moved to America just to Come From Away on my own, without my family. I felt very on my own and doing it on my own. So it was important that the company camaraderie was there, and that I fitted in, and that they just welcomed me with such open arms. Like, this Broadway company are just so welcoming. So it was a beautiful week and a half before I started. It was so lovely.
It's like going to a new school when you're a kid, I guess. So all new people.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I miss them and I love them, and back with them, honestly, in the show. Really can't.
How's Benjamin?
Benjamin's amazing. So he and Guy, we have a little kind of.
How old is he now?
7. And it's just so quick. Time's going so quickly. It's crazy. But they're out but we have like a summer house with a homemade cinema. We were like a cinema.
Oh, nice.
And so they're out watching Star Wars.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
So yeah, Return to the Jedi or something. You know, like I watched half of it last night. That was enough. I was like, you go on out and watch the rest of it.
Oh, we're losing you. So, what does he understand what's happening? I mean, obviously he's seeing a lot of Mom. What are the conversations like?
That's new. He sees a lot of Mom, and when I got back, he was like, it was like me and my shadow for like 4 or 5 days. Like he was kind of couldn't quite believe it. So, the longer it goes, and like, you know, the more he realizes, you know, FaceTime. He does FaceTime or Zooms with his little friends at school, and like we were around in our garage this evening, you know, getting rid of some stuff, and he saw his little school friend, and he couldn't go near him, but they were shouting to each other, and we were, Ben, you know, please stop. And he gets it. He's like, but please, can I not just go? And they've got chickens, and can I not go and see their chickens? We're like, Ben, you can't, darling. You know, so he's starting to ask questions. Why? You know, what will happen if I go too close to him? And so it's very slowly. It's as it's actually affecting his every little day life. He's starting to really ask questions about it. And so yes, we're trying to soften it, and you know, make it as fun as we can. Like his school had a Zoom disco, and you know, he's FaceTime with his friends, and we're doing lots to kind of, you know, comfort him, but be realistic with him about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a part of his childhood that you'll talk about forever, and he will. I mean, these are like such monumental moments.
He keeps saying so he starts most of his sentences with, "Mom, see when this coronavirus is over, can we do?" And he rhymes off like I wanted to do. So that's how he starts his sentences. So.
Obviously Come From Away is about, they call it the 9/12 musical. It's about sort of what happened to the world after 9/11 and this amazing story of these people that came together in unexpected ways. It feels like that show has been such an emotional hit since the day it premiered, but it seems like audiences are really going to, once audiences come back from this, it just feels like so much of what that story is about will really resonate in new ways.
It will, and it is, and that's the about there. Hello, son. You want to say hello to Paul? Say hello to Paul.
Hi. How's Star Wars?
Yeah, how was it? Was it good? Good or excellent? Excellent.
Oh, he's so cute. I love his haircut.
Yeah.
I need a haircut.
My mama. My sister who's watching will be proud. Margaret, how do you think I'm doing? Okay.
It's so good. Hi.
Go off to bed because it is bedtime. Yeah. Give me a kiss. Bye. I love you.
Good night.
It'll be a drummer someday. We'll just bought him a drum kit. Okay. So, but yeah, no, the show. I mean, anyone who hasn't seen the show, it's in any time of your life, I think it will affect you, not just because of what happened, that changed our lives after 9/11, but just the fact that the best of humanity comes at the most tragic times, and this is another thing, that the amount of stories, Paul, I believe, that will come out of this, there will be enough for another musical of the same ilk. And the stories our neighbours have shared with us, and the NHS here in London, we go out, like you said, on every Thursday night. We go out at 8:00 and we clap. The whole street comes out and we clap the NHS for the job and the sacrifice they're doing, and the frontline workers. So the stories, I believe, that will come from this, and the show will support that totally. I think it's the show people want to go and come and see after this is over.
Yeah. Are you going to bring your blog back? You're going to keep vlogging, correct? Okay, good. Making sure.
I have to say, it's very exposing, because I'm used to being in front of the camera like this, being interviewed, and so having to make up ideas and having to form content that I hope is going to be good enough and interesting enough. It's like having to use the other side of my brain. So it was lovely the first 2 weeks of doing it, and definitely like a bit of a challenge, and but I've loved doing it. I really can't wait to get back.
Good. We love having you do it. Thank you for doing it. You only got 2 episodes in, so we need more.
So we'll be a lot more after this.
I'm gonna bring Caitlin back in because let's talk about some fan questions. What are people asking?
Okay. Yes, Rachel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can't see you now, though.
Oh, fun. We're gonna roll with it.
Go on then.
Abby on YouTube wants to know if there are any big differences between doing Come From Away on Broadway versus doing it in the West End.
Wow. The biggest difference is just the individual people. Literally, the people you are acting, singing alongside, communicating with. It's the same show, but it's different. And this is what's so beautiful, I think, and so well crafted about Come From Away, is that it's the exact same show all around the world, but whoever is in those individual parts, it's like they were born for that part. I can't quite get my head around it. And so when I came to Broadway, the difference, how someone said a line that I was used to hearing and responding to, and how it could be so different, but exactly the way it should have been said. It's pretty amazing. So, and the audience in New York, and it's weird, my first couple of shows, there were some laughter where we didn't get in London.
Oh, wow.
And then real silences where we would have had laughter, or really, really weird places, like you just unexpected silences or laughter, or you know, are slightly different. So we use Oprah Winfrey in London because we don't know who the guy is at the end in New York. And because I was only there, I can't remember his name, but some slight changes. But the biggest difference, I think, is I think how we're managed. So how the show is run in London, like company management, stage management to Broadway. And I think the biggest difference is, what is the biggest difference? We also have compulsory warm up in London that we don't have in New York. And see, the first time sometimes I get to see the cast members are as we're walking on stage at that bar on night. So, and honestly, I really like it. I like actually meeting them for the first time on stage. It's very fresh. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of little differences that make it so different.
What about being in such it's definitely an ensemble show. I mean, you get in a fantastic moment, Me and the Sky is like this amazing song, but it's definitely an ensemble show. And you have very much, you know, anyone who saw you as Elphaba in Wicked knows that you're a star and you can totally be the star of a show. But what's it like to be in an ensemble show? Is that sort of like bring you back to like your school days or your early sort of training?
Because it taps into what it takes to actually make a show happen, and not just as like the lead or the star, like, you know, cog in that wheel. And in a weird way, Paul, it's harder because you're aware of blending and fitting.
Right.
A lot more listening happens in Come From Away. I have told the producers, I've told everyone that I know, for me, this is harder than Elphaba.
Wow.
It's actually harder than Wicked
Wow.
for me, because you are so in your own world, so driven. You know what you're doing. You know your trajectory of the show. And Come From Away, it's a real listening, and even listening to the audience, listening to each other. If someone says their line in a slightly different way, it makes you say your line is like, and because it's a lot of direct address to the audience, that changes things. You know, who you look at that evening in the front or second, third row, and you know how you. It's massively different, and a much more concentrating show. Like really have to focus, like. And listen, lots of listening, and I love it for that. But actually, it's more exhausting.
Right.
And then also, even though I've only got one solo in Come From Away, we sing from word go the whole way through for 100 minutes. We don't stop singing as an ensemble,
right.
Which is exhausting. Again, it's you know, and then you've got your solo in the middle, and sometimes it gets to my solo, and I'm like, oh my goodness, come on, let's go. Let's second one. Let's go. We got this. Because it's tiring. It's a real hard show.
For the rest of your life, you're going to have people be like, how did you do Elphaba? And you're going to be like, Elphaba? What about Beverly Bass? That's the role.
That's right.
That is so funny. Luca on YouTube wants to know, when did you even start getting into musical theater / what inspired you?
Wow. Well, I was probably in my mum's time. There was a lot of musical theatre that happened in our house. Like, we used to fight at the weekends, me, my sister, my two brothers, on a Saturday morning, not cartoons on the telly, but VHS tapes. Remember those? Yes, I remember that. VHS tapes of the musical movies. Like Wizard of Oz was my first one. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Singing in the Rain, one of my favorites, Calamity Jane. That's what we used to watch. So we loved those, and we're always encouraged to sing. My sister's a great singer, mum and dad were, they loved all that. And my sister got me into musical theatre. She played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz for an amateur theatre company in Belfast. And I watched her in rehearsals one day with these red ruby slippers on and singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. And then she took me to all her rehearsals, and I loved it. And then they realised I had the bug, I had the want. And my first actual show was playing Bugsy and Bugsy Malone. I think I was 12. And the boys didn't cut the mustard, so they scraped my hair back and put a cap on, and I was Bugsy Malone. And when I realised, I was like, God, so they're not using the boys, they're using me. I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm quite good at this. And and then I was always singing. So, it was always in me to sing and to act. And then my dad, who was a cabaret singer in Belfast, got me singing in cabarets around the clubs and pubs. And I'd show up on my charts and age 9, 10, 11, singing. Yeah, so it was always encouraged. It was always there. But the love of musical theatre was a massive thing from no age. Always in all the family.
And for further viewing, you can watch Rachel on Show People from 2016 and learn even more about her life. It's on YouTube. Look it up. You got time.
You got time. Yeah. So both Anastasia Rose on Facebook and Mary on YouTube want to know all about any pre-show or post-show rituals you have.
I think I know Anastasia Rose. I might have coached her recently. I have to see the audience, so I'll always have a little. I think it's just to settle me that we are all mortal, right? Remember, you are mortal. There are humans there. This is entertainment. This is in your body. You know this. There's the fourth wall goes up. It doesn't come from away actually, but that actually, do you know what? We're here. We're in a room and we're being entertained, and that calms me down. I like to see the audience. But I like to do a bit of a warm up, my own warm up. Something small would come from away. Now I've got to do my own, which I kind of do on my way in on the train or in the theatre, my dressing room. But I'm actually superstitious about being superstitious. So if there's a ladder, I'll say I'm not going to walk under because I don't want to.
Okay.
Rather than saying, "Oh, don't walk under the ladder because it's superstitious," things like that. So I don't want to get into it. Like if I'm sucking a sweet too much, I'll go, "Oh, I'll not do it tonight because I need to know I cannot not have it because I don't want to get addicted to it and if I don't have it one night, what happens?"
Got it.
Although I do have a sweet in my inside pocket of my jeans in Come From Away that I suck on and put back in my pocket.
Wow.
That's it.
I love it.
That is so funny. I think we have time for one last question. I think I'm still just a black box. Is that true?
No, I can see you.
On YouTube, I think I'm just a black box, but hello. So we're going to do one last question with Chloe Atkinson on YouTube asking, what's it like to be such an inspiration for so many people who love theater?
Wow. Do you know what? Hearing that now, I'm like, wow, I am. Am I? Right, okay. And I mean, you show up and you, honestly, I still pinch myself that I've been on Broadway and I have to go back and do a contract on Broadway. It's nuts. From Belfast to Broadway. I mean, I never in my wildest dreams would I've kind of really truly believed that I was going to do jobs like this and that on West End and Broadway. And so I hearing that, it's always like, God, and it does remind me of, we in this business are in such a privileged, roles in theatre, and anybody that looks to theatre for an escapism or way out or, and there's kids in Belfast that when I go home and I love coaching them and encouraging them and they look to me. That's when it really hits me, the inspiration. I go home and in James Hughes' school, who I'm patron of, and they're like, if you can do it, we can do it. They now have got true belief that you can make it when you're from Belfast.
Right.
And I know that goes across the world, but from genuinely kids from Belfast, they're like, yeah, as if I could do that. And then they see me and they go, God, it's possible. It's so possible. Mm-hmm. So I love being reminded of that. And I can't believe, but it's great to know that I am such a torch and a flying per for people in desperate need of wanting that reach and goal. And I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky to be in the position I am.
Absolutely. And you know what? We love having you on Broadway. So we hope you get back to Broadway soon.
Thanks, guys.
Broadway needs you.
Yes.
I need Broadway.
Thank you so much for joining us for a late night London Live at 5. We love it. We'll see you back on Broadway soon. And
wait. Start vlogging again for you lot.
Awesome. We'll keep in touch. Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Gladly, yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today for Live at 5 Home Edition, live on both Facebook and YouTube. You can keep up with us by searching where we get your podcasts, by searching for hashtag Live at 5 and clicking that subscribe button. Now remember to stay in tonight, stay 6 feet away from everybody, but tune in tomorrow because we got a special surprise coming from Ingrid Michaelson and Will Chase.